Hi, and welcome. This is not going to be your typical PowerPoint briefing. But then again, what we hope to accomplish is not typical either. We want to re-energize, realign, and re-engage in the design and construction processes. We want to create facilities and installations that are smarter, greener, and better, both for their occupants and the environment. The purpose of this video is to introduce and clarify some of the ways we hope to go about achieving this goal. It all centers around the ideal of sustainability. Now, we realize that this term has been overused and perhaps even misused. It's come to mean everything and nothing. It's thrown around to build buzz. Let's be clear up front. Nothing we currently do truly meets the definition of sustainability. All of our processes require consumption of more resources than we produce. But sustainable is an ideal goal we need to be working toward. The way to get there is to make better and greener decisions at every opportunity. In this presentation, we'll talk about some of those decisions and the idea of making greener choices. These choices will ensure that our facilities work correctly, are connected with the larger natural and physical systems that surround them, and have long, flexible lifespans. We want to build facilities and installations that people will want to keep using for a long time. Who could argue with that? So what's driving this change, besides it being the right thing to do? Well, we've got some very ambitious directives from Congress, the President, and higher-level headquarters that say we need to do it. For example, there's the Energy Policy Act of 2005. It drives ambitious goals in energy, stormwater, and high-performance buildings, among other things. The Energy Independence and Security Act of 2007 pushes even further on energy performance. Then there are the executive orders, DoD policies, and Air Force policies. These are all setting higher green standards and performance levels we have to meet. But beyond the policy, there are lots of other reasons to care about how well our facilities perform over their lifespan. Now that green building has been around for a while, we're starting to see hard evidence that high-performance buildings do offer benefits. They improve indoor and outdoor environments, reduce our reliance on imported resources, and make our occupants happier and more productive. But we've always built good buildings, right? We've won awards. Well, that's true, but now the bar has been raised. We now have to consider issues beyond the immediate limits of the project site and the time we first turn on the lights. The old rule-based system was appropriate for the time it was developed and the situation then at hand. But today, the goals and metrics have changed. Many of our recent award winners have succeeded by bending or even breaking the rules of our current system. This is a sign that we need to do things differently. To create facilities and installations that meet our directives and goals, we need to realign some of our planning, design, and construction processes. Toward that end, our first and most basic axiom is as follows. Green design strategies are not separate and distinct from good design practice. In short, green design is good design. Looking at the acquisition process, we offer our second axiom. The sooner good green design strategies are identified, the simpler their implementation will be. There are 4 critical points where good design decisions are made, or not. First, during programming. Then, when drafting the DD Form 1391. Third, when conducting the concept charrette. And finally, when starting design development. These are the times when major decisions are made. It's where the course for the project is set and when different entities and groups become involved. Having the right background information readily available and understanding priorities and goals is absolutely essential for success. So is access to a knowledge base and a direct line to someone available to answer any questions you may have. One of the most significant process realignments is redefining the Concept Charrette document, or CCD. A good CCD will be more broad-based. It will be aimed at achieving good siting and orientation, and it will offer viable alternative solutions for the project without limiting or short-circuiting design development. Another significant process change is the revision of both installation-level design guides and headquarters-level design instructions. These changes will rework or remove many of the prescriptive rules that prevented good design choices in the past. As a result, they'll bring individuals more into the process than ever before, and your input will be needed. The third axiom builds on the work of respected planner and architect Kevin Lynch. Lynch is famous for saying, "The only workable rule is to trust the eye and not a checklist." As we move forward, we're going to be trusting your eyes more and relying on checklists less. Defining exactly what roof system or paint color or envelope must be used for all ACC buildings just doesn't make sense, especially not when we're working with a set of installations that spans the country. We trust that with your professional judgment and clear communication between you and headquarters, your eye will be a great tool to improve the design of our installations. The individuals at headquarters are going to be involved in the process as well. Our goal is to be a resource available to help you. We'll be evaluating projects based on how well they embody principles, not how well they follow rules. So which principles will be important? What defines a good quality design? Well, for our purposes, quality design is defined by 5 basic principles. First, quality design is sensitive to influences on the building site. Second, quality design is responsive to the surrounding context. Third, quality design is reflective of the appropriate building program, scale, and importance. Fourth, quality design is developed using green design strategies and headquarters design priorities. And finally, quality design is appropriate in terms of aesthetics, architectural character, and building form. The Sustainable Installations branch is excited to help you work through this process. We can be a resource for you. Give us a call. We've got a variety of new tools that you can use, including new installation design and development handbooks, which translate big principles into practical guidance. Installation sustainability assessments, which will help you better understand the big picture of the installation overall. A high-performance building scorecard to help you identify green strategies. A photo log of all your facilities on the installation. And a 3D electronic model of the base. This will help assess architectural compatibility and answer building massing questions early on in the process. So what are we hoping will come out of these changes? Well, from a big picture standpoint, we hope to see creative, sensitive designs, more communication and collaboration between installation and HQ experts, and finally, a more integrated process, which in turn will produce better facilities. ACC is proud of the facilities we've built. We're excited to remain the high-performance building leaders in the Air Force. Thank you for your attention, and please contact folks in the Sustainable Installation branch to learn more about the tools and help available.